Hey, welcome to the Ecommerce Alley podcast, where we believe that great brands are built on passionate leadership, smart operations, and of course, Dylan.
Powerful marketing.
Thank you. Dylan is my co-host.
I pay attention.
I am Josh. I'm the founder of the Ecommerce Alley, and for the last almost 12 years, not quite, we're 11 and a half, but who's counting? We've been helping brands grow through marketing implementation, through a lot of coaching, through frameworks that we teach. And after about 8 years, we decided, you know what we should do? We should start teaching people a lot of this stuff with a podcast, which is where we're at now. We're almost 200 episodes in. And so what we're going to talk about in this episode is we're going to dive into 5 Shopify apps that if you don't have these, you're just literally throwing money in the trash. And I say that with love because we care. And we've seen this happen so many times. I mean, people come to our programs, and the first things we do are we address almost all of these right out of the gates. We say, you got to do these 5 things, get these installed, get these set up, and you'll make more money. And most people do in the first day. So we're going to walk through these, and I actually ordered these. I didn't tell you this. I ordered them in the order that I believe will make everyone listening the most money from an ROI standpoint.
Or just do all of them. Like, don't try to cheap out. Just do all 5. They're going to take you
I did it for retention, man. I want people to hear the most impactful. So if they're going to bail and they only got through 2.
Flip it then. If you want retention, you do the most important at the end.
Okay, guys, we're going to start with the least impactful.
Yeah, we're going to start with the least impactful so you stick around. No, they're all equally impactful, probably.
Yeah, and don't drop off in this video. You're going to lose a lot of money if you do. Okay, so first thing, and this is real basic, I almost didn't consider counting this as an app, but it's technically an app. And this is just Shop Pay. It sounds no-brainer.
Yeah.
But your conversion rate will go up when you install Shop Pay. One of our brands, when we started working with them, they weren't using it at all. I don't know if I told you this or not.
No, I don't think so.
She wasn't using it at all. And I texted her, I was like, Kylie, do you not use Shop Pay? And she's like, no, I never turned it on. I just figured it's just too many options. I was like, no, you use Shop Pay. Like, it's already built in, and technically they say that there's a 40% faster checkout than people having to check out a guest. I don't know about you. I use Shop Pay I used Shop Pay yesterday. I use it almost every day. And whenever we use Shop Pay and we're buying stuff for the company, we buy tons of crap. Whenever we buy stuff, it's always Shop Pay. If there's no Shop Pay, I'm annoyed. I just bought something last week, and I had to check out I had to actually insert all my information, and it wasn't auto-propagating everything, and I was so annoyed by it. I almost bailed.
What would you do? You have to enter your information to buy something.
And so here's an interesting thing. This is a stat from Shop Pay. They say that customers trust Shop Pay enough to have a 91% higher conversion rate versus a guest checkout. So if you have, they just say customers, so I don't know if that means existing or potential customers, but they said there's a 91% higher conversion rate by doing that. And you generally see a higher AOV and better cash flow due to their Shop Pay installment payments that they allow, which is like buy now, pay later. No brainer. We installed it for her, by the way. I was like, set this up. So she set it up. It is an app. I believe it defaults to on, but some people turn it off for the different payment options. But if you don't have it on, you should set it up. And and as soon as we did it, like the next day, we had $600 or $700 in orders through Shop Pay. I'm like, and our conversion rate went up. All right. So, and it's Shop Pay is now, I think, producing a majority of the sales, and then PayPal. So I mean, it's pretty crazy how many people use that over guest.
People like just easy to use payment methods. I'm not a Shop Pay user per se because I'm an Apple nerd, so I'm always looking for Apple Pay. But it's the same concept. Like I have a higher likelihood of buying something if I can use Apple Pay. Just like, and there's a lot of people that use Shop Pay, so Shop Pay is a good one to have.
I hate Apple. No. So here's what
we're not about to get into this debate right now.
So real quick, this is actually there's logic behind my thought. I hate Amazon Pay. And I hate Google Pay, and I hate Apple Pay on websites.
Okay.
I'll tell you why.
All right.
It's not because it makes lives easier, but the only downside is from an attribution standpoint, it doesn't pass through.
That's
so
fair.
If it redirects you, I'm sorry. Amazon Pay doesn't double check me on Apple and Apple Pay. I think that Apple Pay encrypts it so you literally can't track the purchase behavior. Amazon,
that is true.
you lose full attribution. Here's the only way I know it, because when we used to use Hyros and Triple Whale, you could track the process of people, and you could see people do stuff, and then suddenly we would lose them. And it was because we had those options turned on. And we talked to Hyros, and they're like, yeah, if anyone uses these options, you lose attribution on it.
That makes sense.
Hey, someone here could fact check me on Apple
I think
Pay.
You're right. And
Amazon, I'm 100% certain, because it redirected to the Amazon site. Apple Pay, you could check me on.
I think it hides your email when you use Apple Pay.
Which is why, unless you choose to, you could choose allow them to have my email and information, or encrypt it. And most people just say, I'm not giving you my crap.
Yeah.
So anyway.
That's
number one. Shop Pay, no brainer. Set it up.
I really like that you brought Shop Pay, but I think this next one is even better, because I think that it just makes you more money. Not that I don't think Shop Pay is great. I just think Monster Cart is even better.
So Monster Cart should be number one.
I think Monster Cart. I think Shop Pay is just like
I felt like Shop Pay was a low-hanging fruit. Just
like, a necessity.
You could turn the button on.
Yeah, just do it. Just have it on. But like Monster Cart is number one. If we're doing the non-retention play here, if we were trying to get you to stay, we'd put Monster Cart at the bottom. But Monster Cart is my favorite. Every time I see a store that's not using Monster Cart, I'm like, just go install this, because Monster Cart increases your conversion rate, increases your AOV. In my opinion, it increases just the enjoyment that people have on your site. It gamifies your cart. It makes adding more things to your cart more fun. All around, it's just, I love the tool. We've done this for some of our brands and seen, just by adding Monster Cart, increase in conversion rate, increase in AOV.
Oh, we've added
overnight.
like $10,000 a month, and just the first month of installing Monster Cart.
It's that simple.
Adding frequently bought together, and then add to unlock,
Yep.
where they have to hit a certain threshold to get payment, free gifts or discounts. Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
you know what? I changed my mind. Monster Cart, number one.
Monster Cart is number one.
I give it number one.
We just put it second so you'd stick around.
Yes. Now we have retention. You can all drop off.
Yep. All right. See you guys.
All right.
No, don't leave.
Number three, and I actually put number three in here because I believe that if you were starting from scratch, this is less important. The larger you grow, this becomes more important.
Yeah.
And so number three is, it's not technically, it is a Shopify app because it integrates, but number three is Klaviyo for email and SMS. So maybe it's not a Shopify specific, but it is integrated, and it has a Shopify app.
Yeah.
But Klaviyo is a cash machine. Like email and SMS, if you don't know, it typically amounts to 20 to 30% of revenue for e-commerce brands. That's the most common amount. The ROI of email marketing every year is like, it goes up. I think it's now $39 ROI for every $1 invested in email. Why? Because you pay the email subscription, which isn't that much. You could have a list of 40,000 or 30,000 people, and you're paying a couple $100 a month.
Yeah.
And guess what? 30,000 people, to create an email might take you an hour. And then you send it and you make $3,000 or $2,000 or $1,500, and it's a high ROI. So I think the benchmark is 39 to 1 is the ROI. You can print money on demand just by emailing your customers. You could build out automated flows that produce money 24/7 as people come into your system. They opt into your welcome pop-up offer. I think Klaviyo, number three. It's just more work, and I don't think you need to do it right out of the gates. Monster Cart, Shop Pay. Now that you're getting customers and you've maximized AOV on them, now let's maximize lifetime value with Klaviyo.
Yeah. The next one for me, one of my biggest pet peeves is seeing a website using a generic Shopify theme, generic Shopify page, just looks like everybody else, because it just doesn't make you stand out. And
related products at the bottom.
Yeah, it's just boring.
Specifications.
And everybody has an e-commerce store. In the last 5 years, everybody and their mother has created an e-commerce store. So if you're not standing out somehow, you look like everybody else. And it's really hard to get customers to want to buy from you if you look like everybody else's store.
Yeah.
The way that we do this, and the way that we tell our clients to do this, is to use gem pages. Gem pages is a great tool that allows you to basically drag and drop and build your page how you want to, without being stuck to the limitations of a Shopify theme.
And it's $29 a month.
I think the first page is free. So if you want to build just your product page, you can do it for free. And if you want to build different pages, then you start paying. But it's every time I'm on a coaching call with our clients, I'm like, hey, you got to change your website. You should do this. Every time they're like, I don't know if
I can do that.
I don't know if my theme lets me do it. I'm like, wrong answer. Go install Gem Pages because you have to do these things. Might as well just get it over with.
And it's drag and drop.
Yeah, it's so easy.
It's so easy. I usually don't get into the weeds, but you just ask Dylan. There's sometimes he'll walk over and he's like, "Why are you playing in Shopify apps for one?" And I'm like, because I like to do, sometimes you just have this itch to do really hands-on stuff.
Yeah.
And so a couple of weeks, actually it was a month ago, I decided to go into Gem Pages and build a brand new product page for a brand new product page for one of the brands. And so I went in and I'm in there. I'm like, people on our team, like Chris will do the Gem Pages. Yeah. I have not been in Gem Pages personally in a couple years. We've been recommending it for a long time. It just gets better. And so I hopped in there. I'm like, you know what? I tell everybody to do this. And I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, but obviously I don't need to be in Gem Pages all the time. All of our stuff is built out. Yeah. or Chris on our team does it. But I'm like, I want to fit. I haven't done this in many years. I'm going to hop in. I'm going to time myself. I want to see how quickly could I build a brand new page that looks really good that we would use, and then what results could we see from that? And I hopped in. I pressed start on my timer, and I had to do it for both brands. I did it for the first one. That took me longer. The second one was half the time.
Yep.
It took me. It took me 2 hours to build the first product page, but it looked really good. But I had no clue. Everything was so different. The interface, everything. It looked really, really good. The second one took me 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
but now 2 hours isn't that much time.
And for something that's going to produce so much more profit, and your ads will be that much better. Which, by the way, our conversion rate went up about 0.5%.
And you're technically saving money on a theme too. Because you can use a more generic theme, you don't have to buy a theme, and then you can stack Gem Pages on top.
You just get a basic theme that's free.
So the amount of time that you're spending will save you some money on a theme too.
Yeah.
So
hey, I'm on board with that.
But 2 hours isn't that much anyways.
Yes, especially if you're driving traffic to something.
Yep.
It'll lower your cost per acquisition because your conversion rate just goes up.
Yep.
I
don't went up 0.5%.
It went up 0.5%.
Isn't
that crazy?
That's for 2 hours of work.
Yeah, about 0.5%. It was 0.4 something.
Yeah.
Which that was over a 2-week span, so it's pretty stabilized, right?
Yep.
And this is a higher volume store. About 1,500 visitors, 2,000 visitors a day. So that's not a high volume store, but it's 1,500 to 2,000 a day. So it's enough data to say, well, 0.5% makes a really big difference.
Yep.
And coincidentally, our conversion rate went up, ad spend percentages went down, and our blended ROAS went up.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. I love Gem Pages. I'll close out number 5. You have to have this. Judge.me or Stamp.io. Honestly, I don't really care. And I don't care if it's another one. You just need reviews. The most important thing is that you're getting reviews. How many websites do we look at that there aren't even reviews below the title of the product?
Yeah.
And you're like, do you have reviews? And I don't have reviews turned on. I'm like, why? Reviews are a proof factor.
Yeah.
Go to a website and say, hey, I've never seen this website. I clicked on an ad. I've never heard of you before. And this product is more, let's say it's a premium product, but there are no reviews. I'd be like,
I'm not going to be the first one to
buy
it.
And then let's put your competitor up right next to it. Yeah, I don't want to be the first one.
Yeah.
But then you go to the competitor and they have 2,417 reviews with a 4.9 stars on it. Okay, bye. Right. So reviews are going to increase your conversion, and it allows you could automate this whole process, build it out, automate this. It also helps with Google rich snippets so that you could see stars on results, which boosts your organic as well. The most important thing though is it's just going to build proof that your stuff actually works, that your stuff is actually good, and it's going to help your conversion rate. It's going to help people make better buying decisions through the proof and testimony of other people.
Here's the thing that I really don't like when people do. They put the reviews, they have reviews, but they put the reviews in text format, they put it in an image, they put something that's not an actual review
app. Yes.
And it makes it, not believable. I don't actually believe these reviews because you could have just made them up.
You know what's best is when it's a stock photo of a person's head and it says John Q from Ashland, Ohio. And you're like, and it's just some stock photo of a guy in a suit.
Do I really believe that John Q left this review? Is there even a John Q at all?
Is there a John Q that was at a hospital in a movie? Okay, never mind. Is it Denzel Washington?
I don't know what you're saying. I don't watch a lot of movies.
Okay, so Dylan, come on.
Over my head.
The movie guy over here doesn't watch a lot of movies.
I know. But here's the thing. I want a review app that I can sort reviews. I want to see how many 1 stars, how many 5 stars. Why did you get a 4 star? Why did you get a 1 star? Looking at that. And if you just show me a bunch of 5 stars, you shove those down my throat, I don't know what to do with that, and I don't believe them.
And I would also do this. Don't curate your reviews to only getting 5 stars. You have to let those 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. And you know, it's so funny. So we actually use Stamp.io for ours, and we're approaching over 500 reviews, which is, I can't wait to hit 1,000. But over 500 reviews on our scientific Facebook ad scores, which, by the way, you could go grab at ecommercealley.com. I think it's like $17 or something like that. It's a great course on ad testing framework. So we've sold. I keep changing the number. I think it's like 7 or 8. It's probably closer to 10,000 people have gone through it. It's a lot. We only started collecting reviews in the last, not even like in last year, and we're closing in on 500 reviews on that. And 5-star reviews, it's so funny because they're good.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Nope.
You know what I love? I love when we get 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s.
Yes.
Because, first of all, we can always improve in some way.
Yep.
But also, because it makes it real.
It makes us look legit.
It makes us look legit. Yep. When someone goes to your store and you have like 472 reviews on a product or overall your products, and they're 100% 5 stars, what does that person think? Oh yeah, they're rigging this. Yeah, those aren't real.
Yeah.
It's
or
fake.
They removed the 1 stars or whatever it is.
Yeah, you know what I want to see? I want to see like 15 1 stars, 6 3 stars. I want to see all that stuff. I love 4 stars because 4 stars are really 5 stars, but they're just confused.
Basically.
And so 4 stars are probably my favorite because it's like, okay, it's really a 5, and usually it's just such a small reasoning that they did it that anyone will overlook it. They're like, oh, cool, I'll still buy it. That's not a big deal.
And people don't look usually at 2 or 3 stars. It's like they look at 1 because they want to see what the bad experience was, and then maybe some 4s and 5s. But it's usually 1s and 5s. And oftentimes, if you have 1-star reviews, I look at the 1-star reviews and just laugh because people leave, like, it was usually user reasons. They didn't know how to use it. They didn't do something right, whatever it is. And it actually makes me want to buy the product more when I see some dumb 1-star reviews because I'm like, oh, the only reason this product was bad is because this person didn't know how to use it. I'm not dumb. I could probably use it and I'll have a better experience than this.
Or when they're like, it arrived broken and then they had to replace it.
Well, at least they replaced it.
All right.
Great. I'm glad that they replaced it. That is now a 5-star review.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. Well, hey, we appreciate all of you listening. These are 5 apps that I think they're essential. Anyone coming into our programs, we're like, you have to have these things, work on these things. It's going to increase your average order value. It's going to increase your conversion. It's just going to ultimately make you more profit as a business. And so here's what we want to know from you. If you're watching in YouTube right now, drop in the comments, what's one app that you're going to go install? Hopefully all of these. What's one of these apps that you're going to install that you're going to put in your store? And if you're listening on audio, we would appreciate if you could take like 32 seconds and just, not even that long, and just give us a rating. You don't even have to type everything in, but go ahead and give us a review. And actually, I do like 5-star reviews on the podcast audio. So if you
podcast preferably,
prefers 5 stars.
Have we had a 4-star review on the podcast?
We've had some.
We have.
Yeah, we're like
maybe leave like a 1-4.
Yeah, I
so
think
one
Apple's
of you leave a
5.
4. Okay, one of you leave a 4 on Apple. The rest of you do 5.
We all want 5s.
All 5s?
All 5s. I want all 5s.
All 5s. Never mind. No 4s.
Please don't listen to us. Give us a 5. All right. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.